Okay, here we go. Go high level for dummies. Now, I'm going to try to explain this in the simplest way possible. Um, Go high level, without knowing anything else, is software which helps you with your sales. It's really focused on sales. It's not so much the operations of your business, although you can jimmy some pipelines that will help you with your business, and there's workarounds, but mainly this is for sales. That's what this software helps you do. It helps you do sales, and the strength of this software is that it helps you do sales through automations. So uh, things that things that you would usually do manually, you would usually do yourself over and over and over again, like call people and text people and send emails to people at certain times, at certain stages, and if you're dealings with them, Go High Level will do that for you. So that's the main point. It's that it helps you to work with potential customers, what we call leads, um, and potential clients, what we call prospects, um, and it works with them in an automated way, so you actually stand back and watch it all happen. So there's two main parts of Go High Level. One part is the client or the agency part, and that's your agency, or my agency, our agency. So Samson Digital, that's the name of the agency that has purchased Go High Level. So that's one part of the of Go High Level. It's the agency view. Everything to do with us as the owners of Go High Level, um, and us bringing on clients and um, establishing Go High Level for those clients. So setting them up. So that's why you have agency view here. So if you go to the top left, there's the different clients that we deal with. Right now we are in agency view, but let me go into one of these because these are all what we call client accounts. So those are small businesses that we have that have hired us for our CRM services. So this is a CRM. So they've hired us, and we're going to set them up with some aspect of Go High Level. So maybe they want just a calendar, for example, which will send out emails, text messages, and even do what's called a voicemail drop, where it leaves a voicemail on their phone. So we set up a calendar, a branded calendar for them, and it has their picture on it, it has their colors, their logo, it has their availabilities. We connect it with their own their Google calendars or their iPhone calendars or whatever, and it's all synchronized. And then they can give this link. So we create a link for them, and they can send that out to whoever, and those prospects or those leads can book calls with them. So maybe they just want the calendar that will automatically send out text message reminders, and emails and so on. Or maybe they want something else. Maybe they want what's called a funnel. Okay, a funnel is basically a landing page. It's basically a website. Um, and that website or landing page is specifically for one purpose. It's to sell your services or your products. So within Go High Level, you can create those websites, those funnels, those landing pages, and through that a person comes on to that landing page, that website, and Go High Level can help you create quizzes. So the person is going to take a quiz and is going to put in their information, and then that calendar that we created can also be part of one of the pages in that website, where now it's time for them to book a call, and then there's a thank you page at the end. And basically, when that person goes through that sales funnel or landing page or website, whatever you want to call it, once they put in their information, they become a part of your CRM. So they come in as a contact. They come in as a lead, and that information is stored within your CRM. So if John Doe, he either through a Facebook ad or a Google ad, or just the link that you shared yourself, they click on that button. There, the website pops up that we created in GoHighLevel. As soon as John Doe puts his information, his phone number, his email, he gets stored into the back end of the CRM. And then several things can happen. We could have them start moving through a pipeline automatically. And a pipeline is basically just some linear, if you think of a linear graph, something that the contact, that person is going to move through in a linear way from start to finish. So you can have it set up so as soon as they put in their contact information, they go into a pipeline, a sales pipeline. And there's different stages, and you can watch him move through those stages. So let's say the stages are set up in days. So day one, an email gets sent out to John, pre-made email, okay, from a template. Day two, a text message gets sent out. Day three, maybe you drop a voicemail about your services. And then there can be options where if the person responds to any one of those, they get put into another stage called hot leads, where now it requires some manual action. So when they get put into that hot lead stage automatically, programmatically, well, I get a phone call now, or the business owner gets a phone call or a text message and says, hey, you got someone in hot leads, you better go respond to them. And all of those conversations, whether it's text messages that go out, emails that go out, or phone calls, or voicemail drops, or even Facebook or Instagram messages, they all go in within the same tab called the conversation tab. So any one of those avenues of conversation will be in one same conversation tab for that prospect. Okay? And then the goal is you move them through the pipeline to the end stage. What do you think the end stage is? It's a sale. Okay? So I, as an agency, I am bringing on businesses that want to do this. So I'm the agency owner, and I own GoHighLevel. I've paid for it. There's proprietary ownership in a sense. We're like affiliates, and we as the owners of the subscription, we'll say, we want to bring in small businesses as clients for us, and we're going to set up these automations and these capabilities with those small businesses, and those small businesses are going to use them for their sales outreach. Okay? So when I'm in my agency view here, it is for me, the agency, Samson Digital, that owns a subscription for GoHighLevel. And when I come up top left here for click here to switch, these are the small businesses that have hired me on to set them up with these automations. Okay, so these are my clients, and my clients are small businesses. Okay, so these are all going to be small businesses that I've pitched to. I've told them about the capabilities of automation and of GoHighLevel, and they said, yes, I wanna hire you on. So I said, okay, we'll create a client account for you, and we'll set you up. Okay, so when you're in the agency view, these are all things to do with me, with Samson Digital, the owner of GoHighLevel. But here, when you switch from the agency view, you're going to go into the client view. These are my individual clients, which are business owners that are going to use GoHighLevel for their sales, for their outreach. Okay, so if I click on any one of these, okay, I'll click on this business owner in particular. Now that might confuse you because Samson Digital is also a client, right? It's because we also use GoHighLevel as a small business. we use it for our sales. So I created a client account for Samson Digital as well. But just so I don't confuse you, I'll use this one. Okay. And here you can see they're always updating. They're always adding more features. Here's some new features they've just implemented. Remind me later. Okay. So here are the different features for the client view. So now we're within that small business, which is one of my clients, and we're setting them up. We're integrating GoHighLevel into their business sales practices. Okay. So obviously, Launchpad speaks for itself. There's just some general connections that you can do to different things. I guess I was thinking of Dashboard speaks for itself. Dashboard is basically where you have a general overview of everything that's going on within your GoHighLevel portal. Okay, so everything that we're doing through GoHighLevel with that client right now, they can get a general overview of that in the dashboard. Okay, how many opportunities have they closed? What is the pipeline value of a typical client? In this case, it's $200. If they can close a client, it usually represents $200. Okay, how much money is represented with who they've closed, who they've opened, who they've lost? This is a new client, so there's not much information here. And what's their conversion rate? Okay, what are their different funnels, pipelines? Sorry. So they have two different pipelines. They have $150 off pipeline, and they have just a general sales pipeline. Yeah, and there's some different statistics for each one of these. Let's just show here. So some different graphs, some different charts. Let's go to the 150 off. And as I say, this is maybe not the best example because there's not a whole lot of information, but this would record how many SMSs were sent, how many text messages, how many phone calls, how much is pending. There's can be tasks that are assigned. Their Google Ads are connected. You can connect your Google Ads. You can connect your Facebook ads. And here in the dashboard, you're going to get a general overview of what's going on here. So with their Google Ads, because it's all integrated, all connected with GoHighLevel, how many impressions? 45,000. How many clicks? 349. Their click-through rate. Their average cost per click is about $1 per click. Total spend, $363. Okay. Google My Business is also integrated. Or Google Business Profile. I think they just changed the name, but anyway, this is integrated. So any reviews that come in through Google My Business, they'll come in through here, and you can actually respond to those reviews right in the Google My Business. So here there's total interactions, views of their profile, action take, how many calls did they have come through the GMB listing, and so on. And actually, some of the automations that we set up is to send them out a text message after you've closed the sale. You've gone ahead and given them that product or service. There will be a text message that's sent out to them to ask them how was their experience. And there's a little bit of AI in there where if they answer in the negative and they didn't have a great experience, well, we're catching that, very early on. And a text message is going to go out to the business owner. In this case, it's one of our clients. A text message goes out to them, or a phone call or email, however we want to set it up, and it says, "Hey, you just had a negative response to a service that was given. Please, reach out to that client." And at this stage, the business owner, any good business owner, is going to do everything in their power to make that right. And because what would have happened if we didn't have that automation set up, well, that person or that client of the business owner, they might go onto the GMB and leave a negative review. They might lash out, and that's sometimes they feel that's the only thing they can do. They feel powerless. They've been wronged, and they feel like the only thing they can do now is to lash out online, and that will kill your business. You have 1, 2, 3 people with 1 star giving you 1 star reviews with a lashing out in a big paragraph, it's game over. People aren't going to choose your services, right? So but if they respond in the affirmative, well, guess what? It sends them. And this is all automated. It sends them out a text message, which will say, well, hey, if you had a great experience, would you mind leaving us a review? Here's the link, and it'll link to the Google My Business review page, where they will automatically, because they're right in the moment. They've just had a great experience. It's the perfect time, and they're gonna put in that great review. All right, so that's how Google My Business is integrated. Google Analytics as well, for their website, is integrated. Then we have the conversion rate. So dashboard is kind of just a general overview of everything that's going on with the GoHighLevel features or actions that we're taking for their sales. So the Launchpad, this is just where you connect some of your apps, or your social media, your payment. So it can connect Stripe, QuickBooks. You see, this client has their their GMB connected, their Facebook is connected, their conversations, their Stripe account for payment. They have yet to connect their QuickBooks, and they are using the app as well. This is just a link that gives you an app for your phone, so you can use it. So anybody who responds to any one of your outreaches, whether it be in a funnel, in a sales funnel, where they're moving through that website, and at any point, if they respond, let's say if the chat widget, which is something else that GoHighLevel offers within your funnel or your landing page or your regular website, there'll be a chat widget at the bottom right, and it will ask them if they need any help. When they answer, they have to put in their phone number. When they answer, it will come in through the CRM. So a conversation will begin here in the CRM with that prospect. Same thing with your GMB. If someone responds or writes to you through your Google My Business, on your Instagram business page, on your Facebook page, it will come here. It'll come through here, and it'll create a contact, and what we call an opportunity card, with that prospect, using whatever information it can get, and they become a new lead within your software, and a conversation tab will open up here. If they call your phone number that we set up with GoHighLevel, and that we use for text messages and call outs and so on, if they call it or text it, or send you or respond to any emails, it's all comes through into this conversation tab. And the software will recognize, like, that person could reach out to you on Instagram. And later, if they text you, if they call you, if they answer any of your emails, if they talk to you in the chat widget, well, it's going to recognize their information, and it's going to merge them all into that same contact, and it's all going to be in the same conversation tab. So in one conversation tab, you can see a Facebook message, Instagram message, an email, a text message, and so on. And it's all in the same conversation with that prospect. So it's like it pulls from all of these different sources, and you're able to talk to that person in one place, right? So it's pretty powerful. So that's what the conversations tab is about. Anytime anyone reaches out or responds to any type of automation, or even through your social media, anything that's connected to GoHighLevel, it will come in through here, through the conversation tab. All right. So here's where you create the calendars. You can create these really nice calendars where they're branded, they have their logo, their picture, and it's synchronized with their other calendars, right? So you can create several different calendars. You can create unique links, even subdomains of their own website. So if their website is, test.com, well, you can create let'schat.test.com. That will be a branded calendar. And those calendars can be links that a person just sends out when they want to book a call with someone, or they can have it configured right into a sales funnel, into a landing page. And you can connect, you can set up quizzes within those calendars as well. So when someone does book a call with you, you can have a series of questions there that they have to fill out, so that when you do get on the call, you have quite a bit of information already. Here's the contacts. So this is where all of those contacts come in. As soon as they respond, or you can do it manually, obviously, but as soon as they respond to anything that we've done through GoHighLevel, or anything that's integrated with GoHighLevel, they reach out um, through the phone or through the social media, or they answer any of our funnels or so on, they're going to come in here as a new contact. And these opportunity contacts, we can have labels put in automatically to those contact cards, and we can actually get them started in a pipeline. So based on which direction they came from, or what source they're coming from, if they're coming in through a Facebook ad, if they're coming in through your website opt-in, maybe you want to have an opt-in for a newsletter. And by the way, GoHighLevel can handle all the newsletters being sent out as well. If you have a free download on your website, if you just want to integrate the calendar right onto your website, where they can book right on, just with an embedded calendar right into your site, or they write into the chat widget, whatever the source, they're going to come in here as a contact. And you can have them, based on what source they came in from, you can have a label put in, like Facebook ad, or a specific Facebook ad if you have several, and then they come into a pipeline. Okay, so that's what this opportunities tab is. So those linear, what I was speaking about earlier, a pipeline is really, they're moving through a pipe. You think of plumbing, they're moving through that pipeline, okay, from one end to the other. All right, and the beginning, how they enter in, they're going to come in through something we've done through GoHighLevel, some sort of integration with GoHighLevel. They come into the pipeline, and they're going to move through stages until they go to the end, which is a sale. They become your client. Okay. And oftentimes, what you're going to do when you're moving someone through the stages of a pipeline, you're going to do something called nurturing. You're nurturing that prospect or that lead. And the way you nurture them is through email marketing. Generally, you can send text messages as well. You can have voicemail drops, but you want them to get to know you. And as they read your emails, as they hear your voice, as you can even send out little videos, they're going to get to know, like, and trust you. And that's ultimately, they're going to trust you as a service provider. So that's the goal. So these pipelines, you can see that there's something here that is linear. It starts as new lead, then it goes to hot lead, then it goes to booking request, right? So let's look at the other one here. And here we have someone moving through this pipeline. All right. So you can move these manually, but ideally it's all automated. All right. So when someone comes in through a funnel, Facebook ad, or whatever, can even be just reached out to you on Facebook. You can create a specific pipeline for people who reach out to you on Facebook, and they're going to move through these different stages of the pipeline. All right. So they come in as new leads. And then based on it all depends on what you want to do with that pipeline. In this case, you want them to book an appointment. So there's, when they're in the new leads stage, there's an automation that will be set up for the new lead stage. Okay. And that you do down here in automations. Okay. But this is just stages that they're moving through. If you want things to happen at those stages, which are called automations, you're going to do it down here using automations. Okay. But opportunities is just to see the pipeline in action and to watch contacts or opportunity cards move through the stages of the pipeline towards a sale. And in this case, if I can move this over, in this case, it's called service complete. Okay. So in this case, when they're in the new lead stage, there's a nurturing campaign that is set off in this automations tab. And that nurturing campaign, it has some time limit set. Let me just bring one up here. initial nurture when new lead fills out the opt-in form. Okay, so they're in the new leads stage. And here's the trigger. At the top, it's always going to be what triggers this automation. Okay, so in this case, it's when that form, a specific form, is submitted. And we have another automation which will put them in the pipeline at the new lead stage. So that's already taken care of. They're already in that first stage of the pipeline, the new leads. And here's an automation for what's going to happen now while that client or that prospect is in the new leads stage. So they filled out the form, and now there's a nurturing campaign that begins. Okay, they have it here. So new lead stage. So here it's not a separate campaign. They've integrated it here. So add to the sales pipeline new lead stage. Okay, and then there's going to be an email alert to the client. Okay, and here's the email alert. Yeah, this one isn't set up, but typically you'd say, hey, you have a new lead come into your, because this is for the business owner. This is not for the the prospect. So the email alert goes out. It's called an internal notification. All right. So basically, there's a series of emails that will go out to that prospect. See, wait 5 minutes, send a text message, wait 3 minutes, send an email. So this is the email that goes out to the prospect. Hi, first, this is a variable. So the software, depending on who the person is, it will know what is the first name, right? It goes and fetches that variable. So hi, George. Thank you for your interest in our, and this is a custom value as well. The next step is to book a something appointment. Would now be a good time to get you scheduled, or you can book online by clicking here. So there's and location name. So the, the business owner, my client, they're called a location in GoHighLevel. And here it'll just have their name. So if their name is Johnny, this will be their name that'll go in there, right? So there's a series of emails and text messages that will go out at different times. And here you you even have set what is the time, what is the space wherein they can send out that email. So here it's 9 to 5, right? They don't want to send out these emails after business hours, right? So there's emails, text messages, and here there's even an automatic call that goes out. You can have what's called a sales bridge, where a call will go out and say, hey, if you're free now, we can get you connected immediately to a representative. And then they hit a number, and then it calls the business owner, and so it connects them on the phone, right? And then it goes on. Eventually, you just go every 1 day. It has to be some really good sales copy in there so that they don't feel pressured. And then wait 1 day for this call, wait 2 minutes to send a text, wait 1 day, email, final follow-up, right? And at the end, hey, first name, looks like we're missing you from our calendar did you have any comments, concerns, or questions before getting booked? So if they respond to any one of those emails, text messages, phone calls, voicemail drops, it will take them out of that stage of the pipeline, which is the new lead stage. Okay. Let me just go back here. It'll take them out of the new lead stage. If they respond, it takes them technically out of the automation, and it puts them in what's called the hot lead stage. Okay. And the hot lead stage is that it needs now manual action because they've responded and the software doesn't know what they've said. So maybe they have an important question that needs to be answered. So now if they come here, if they answer any one of those, they come into the hot leads, which means that it sends an internal notification to the business owner and says, hey, you got a hot lead. You better go see and go check your conversations tab because it'll be in the conversations tab, right? But that's not ideal. What the software, what this pipeline is really set up for is that they would perform the action that we're asking them to perform. And in this case, it's that they would book a call using the calendar, right? So if they don't respond to any of the emails and text messages, but they do book, which is ideally what we want, it will move them to appointment booked. Okay. And then there's going to be a series of automations, a series of text messages, voicemail drops, and emails, so that they don't miss their appointment. And it's also, it sends internal notifications to the business owner if they want it set up that way, so that they don't forget as well. Like maybe 4 hours before, maybe 1 hour before, with the link to the video conference call. Right? If they miss their appointment, you manually put them into the no show, and another automation is set off. I'll show you what that one looks like, where basically you're saying, that's life. We understand. It's called a rebooking nurture when lead is moved to no show stage. Okay, so if we take that opportunity card, we move them to the no show because they didn't show up, even though we had it set up where it was, emailing them, text messaging them a day or 4 hours before, 1 hour before, and they still didn't show up. Well, we moved that card over to the no show, and it's gonna. The trigger obviously is when someone has been added to the no show stage within our CRM, which is GoHighLevel. You have triggers as well, which can be set up with Facebook or Shopify. But anyway, there's a lot of different triggers, but this one's pretty simple. When someone is moved manually to the no-show, this automation is triggered. Wait 1 minute, send out them this email which says, "Hey, contact.firstname. We're sorry you weren't able to make your appointment. Let's get you rescheduled ASAP. Shoot us a reply to this email or call, text at," and then we have our own internal Twilio number for that small business. To reschedule, please let me know if you have any questions. Waits 5 minutes, sends them out a text message. "Hi, we're sorry you weren't able to make your free consult. Do you have any questions we can answer, or was it just a scheduling conflict? Location, not name." Okay. Wait 1 day, email. Again, it looks like you still haven't rescheduled your consultation. We'd hate to see you miss out on and so on. All right, so that's how that works. Those automations, basically, this automations tab, it's triggers that will start a series of automations, and typically we link them with these pipeline stages. Okay, so at every stage of the pipeline, there's a series of automations that will go off. Okay, and obviously you're moving them towards a close. So that's opportunities and automations. Now there's only 4 more of these. Reputation. This is linked with your reviews, and it's kind of monitoring. So it's GoHighLevel is big on having good reviews and a good reputation online. So they're going to help you do that. They're going to help you start focusing on that. Reporting. This is just a bunch of data, a bunch of statistics based on your Google ad campaigns, your ad groups, your keywords. Like, you can do a lot within your ads here, and so on. So marketing, there's some new features here for scheduling your posts on different platforms, doing email marketing, creating those templates if you want to do a newsletter, and then sites. Here is where you're going to build stuff out. So you can build out funnels, you can build out websites, forms that people fill out, surveys, your chat widget that you're gonna have integrated within your website and within your funnels, and so on. So, in a nutshell, that's the client view. Obviously you have your different clients, and then you can switch back to your agency view. I should have said that there are settings for each. Oops. There are settings here for each of your clients, for each of the business owners. For each business owner, sorry. So for each of my clients as the agency, the high-level agency of GoHighLevel, there are individual settings for those small businesses. Okay, you see that it can be confusing, and even for me, I'm still wrapping my head around the different levels and the hierarchy of what goes on. So these are just some basic settings: the address, all of the email, phone number, and so on of the small business. You have some of their calendar integration, and on the left here you have their own staff, so people who are hired on to help with their GoHighLevel account. You have some different settings about the pipelines. You have some different values, custom values that you can fill out here that can be used in the email templates and in the text message template, so that it will just, regardless of who you're writing to, it will just go and fetch their name. It will go fetch their email, fetch their phone number, and here you just have one custom value that you can reuse. Um, Obviously, they need a phone number, right? They need what we call a Twilio phone number. So uh, typically, the agency will purchase a phone number through Twilio for that small business, for that client, and that phone number will be used all throughout. Different automations for text messaging, calling, and there is an app that the client or the small business can have on their phone, and they can actively communicate with their prospects using that phone number. Um, Anyway, I think that's pretty well it. They do need a SMTP service, so a third party email service for all the emails that go out, because there's a lot of emails going out, and you don't want them to end up in people's junk mail. You have to use this third party software. So there's different ones available. GoHighLevel recommends Mailgun. We use Send in Blue, but it's just a matter of doing your research for what you want to use. Okay, so that's for the client. That's for the one of our clients, which are all small businesses that we're going to implement GoHighLevel features for them for their sales process. But now, if you click up here top left and you go to switch to agency view, this is all about us at the high level, our agency that owns this GoHighLevel subscription, and we're offering the CRM as a service to small businesses. So here's some of our accounts. Account snapshots. When we're creating a new account for a new client, a new small business, let's say it's I don't know, it's a coaching, it's a coach, okay, and we reached out to them. Let's say we reached out to them on Facebook, and oh, you do coaching, okay. Well, I think I could automate some of your sales processes for you, and they agree. We go ahead, we bring them on as a client. So when we create a new account for them, oftentimes the best way to do that is to use a default template account that GoHighLevel provides, and those are called snapshots. Okay, and I'm not sure why would they call them vertical snapshots. So these are snapshots created by GoHighLevel. There's lots of people in the GoHighLevel community that create their own, and then they can sell them or share them for free. Um, so these are ones that can kind of kickstart a client account. So if they're a coach, okay, I'm going to select and create a new account using this coaching snapshot, and it's already going to have some automations. It may already have a landing page or a funnel built out, like a 4-page funnel with all of the logic in there of what kind of questions to ask and the automation set up. So it's not usually the case that everything's set up perfectly, but it is a good starting point. Those are called snapshots. There's a lot of other stuff for affiliates, for marketplace, where you can make partnerships. You can sell your services to other GoHighLevel members, and you can actually sell GoHighLevel to other agencies. You can go even higher level up in the hierarchy, and instead of just using GoHighLevel to bring on like mom and pop shops and small businesses or medium sized businesses, and setting them up with GoHighLevel so they become your clients, and you're setting them up with a snapshot, you're setting up their client accounts. You can go a level up from that now, and that's called SaaS, where you can sell GoHighLevel to other agencies, and obviously that's a step up, and there's a bigger commission on that. So for the agency view, you also have your settings down here. And these are settings for the agency, for Samson Digital, the owner of this GoHighLevel subscription. Okay. So we also have a team, just like within the client portal, that small business, they have a team of people who have a login that can work within their GoHighLevel account. We as an agency, we have some team members that can come in and work on maybe some of those client accounts, or create new accounts or so on. So we have billing in here. We have our Twilio phone numbers that we've purchased for different clients, our Mailgun subscription or SMTP service. In our case, it's Send in Blue. We have an affiliate link, so we share that link. If another agency right now just wants to use our affiliate link, this is not really at the SaaS level. It's just this: we share the link, and if another agency comes on board using our link, we'll get a percentage every month from that subscription. Okay. Then there's some Stripe integrations, some API keys, and so on. So, but in a nutshell, that is GoHighLevel. It's not usually explained very, for in a simple way for people like I was at the beginning, an absolute dummy, an amateur. So I find that it's explained over your head. So hopefully this helped to explain GoHighLevel in a simpler way.